In typical Southern California fashion, the wife says, "I'm hungry." And this is the Southern California part. I have to go to In-N-Out. And I've only got that much light left, which is not much. So I don't know how much else I'm going to get done today. One of the things I may do is just start working on the C-beam plates, because I can do that in the garage. I can get my bandsaw going and get those cut up and get those made. I still haven't even set up that new welder I was talking about earlier. But I need to get that set up so I can weld those nuts in and go from there. So, anywho, signing off for now. We'll see what happens. See ya. So here's the plan. I don't know if you can see the 4 lines. Yeah, you can. These are going to be the plates that are going to go on top of the C-beam. Let me get these cut out and I'll show you. So that's the idea. Drill some holes through here so I can jam the bolts. It makes this much more rigid. Spreads the load. So there we go. That's the back plate drilled. It's a little bit narrower than the front. And that's a huge piece of metal. And I didn't have enough length in the bolt, so I went with the smaller grade there. To be honest, this would have probably been okay anyway. But I did the same thing over here. And there you go. I'm just going to weld these nuts on and then I can get the C-beam installed. Well, it ain't pretty, but it's welded. Just figuring out this new welder. I forgot to turn the gas on for a couple of these tacks. Been a minute since I've MIG welded. So these already had flanges on them. But they're going to hold. They'll be fine. I'm letting it cool off before I get under there and try to put it up. Alright, so I got the C-beam installed. You can see the plates down below. So the plates up at top, it's kind of tight, so it would be hard to just do a single bolt at a time. So doing the plate is easier because you get one bolt started and then you can get the second one started and then just start cranking it down. And this is nice and rigid now. The engine's sitting exactly where it should be. And ironically, this back cable fit in perfectly just fine. So I just need to get a cotter pin installed right in there. And then I can try to figure out how the shift linkage works. But for now, I'm going to try to get the drive shaft installed. I got a new hardware kit for it right there, and I'm hoping that it's the right one. But we shall see. Oh, I'm stopping for tonight. I can't get that in. It's not that it won't go in. I'm just tired. I also had one of the bearings in the needle cap fall down. I need to get that put back in. But that's easy. But I'm satisfied with what I've done tonight. I still need to do the that cotter pin on the reverse linkage, this guy right here. But I'm close. I'm close. Whew. That's a pretty good day. I feel pretty accomplished. All right. Night. Well, here we are. It's Saturday morning, January 4th, 2025, and I couldn't get the old slave cylinder to compress enough. I think it was seized up, so I went ahead and threw the new one in. And I got all the linkage hooked up, and everything seems to function fine. I got clutch, and it returns. It blows me away how light it is. I'm pretty happy with that. But more importantly, this is now working. So first, second, third, fourth, and then reverse, you lift up and slide over, and there you go, you're in reverse. And it moves this actuator rod, which this is the position they want it to be in when you lock the column. But I'm just glad it's working all on its own. So that's like a lockout. Like, I think it's locking out part of the transmission. But there's 1, 2, neutral, and then it centers over third, fourth. I cannot be happier. And then there's reverse. Frickin' mint. Sweet. Oh, I'll show the new slave cylinder. Have I mentioned that I'm a big guy trying to get into a little car? So you can barely see it there, but it's there. Probably easier to see that way. So next plan of action is to get this drive shaft the rest of the way in. Then I can set this pig on the ground. Well, I should probably, because I can do gear oils and all that other stuff later. But I'm going to try to get this drive shaft in. It's been a bear, but I also was really tired when I was trying to. Alright, so I got the drive shaft in. So it does fit, which is great. I got the trans lines hooked up. Remember, this is a Doug Nash. It's basically a mini power glide attached to a Richmond Super T10. Showed you my clutch works fine. But before I can drop the pig on the ground, I gotta go and find another U-bolt strap set. The bolts themselves are actually smaller in diameter, and these are too wide. So I guess I'm off to Napa. I need to go try to find that. Amazon verified fit failed me again. It failed me again. Whatever, it's like $11. Napa will probably be like $45, but that's the way it works if you need it today. Anywho, I'm gonna go out and do that, and then hopefully I can get it today and get those installed, and then when I have them installed, I can put this thing on the ground. Should hold gear and should not roll away. And then I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to work on today. There's some other stuff I could do. I may switch back over to working on the door cards. We got a little sciatica stuff going on right now, and my back's a little tweaked, and I don't really want to make it worse, so I'm going to try not to. U-joints are in. I couldn't find the right bolts. Those straps will work. I'm not worried about them. But the bolt bucket saved me. So I found some bolts that fit in there, and then had to grind the flange off the head a little bit. We'll see how long it lasts, but what this means is now I can put this thing on the ground, leave it in gear, and it won't go anywhere. How amazing! I think I need to adjust the e-brake on this thing at some point, but it shifts through all the gears. I don't know if it makes noise or not. I need to add transmission fluid, which is ordered, and gear oil into this thing, since I got to get it up in the air anyway. I'm just going to do both of those at the same time, so I'll wait for the transmission to show up. Yeah, so I think for today I'm going to go and finish working on the door cards, and I might shoot some blue paint on my white rocker panels that I got. We'll see. And we'll see how far I want to take this. Like, it would be nice to be able to fill this in and shoot the whole car. I just want to see what this Duplicolor Bahama metallic blue, or Bahama blue metallic, that's what it is, looks like on those little rocker covers. So anywho, probably won't do a bunch of filming just because I'm feeling a little meh, but yeah, I'll keep you guys posted how far it goes.